Hey guys, my name is Lisa Mitchell. I am the co-owner of Dana Hot Yoga in the Philadelphia area. We have 3 studio locations, and on top of teaching yoga, on top of being a mother to 3 children, ages 5 to 21 years old, on top of hosting teacher trainings and writing books and all these cool things that I do, P.S. I only do things that I love. I also am a distributor for Young Living. So I'm going to go over the starter kit, which is really the best way to get started with essential oils by far. These are the 12 oils that I use on a day-to-day basis, including many others at this point. My repertoire has expanded, but I'm going to help you get started so you can see exactly what you can do with your essential oils kit. All right, so let me just explain one thing. When I go through the oils, you're going to see some oils that have a white label, and you have some that have more of a bold color label. Anything with a white label is considered their vitality line, which means that they are FDA approved for internal use, meaning that you can drink them, you can add them into your water, you can cook with these oils in the white label, you can ingest them by making capsules out of like empty pills and all types of things that you can do. But I'll tell you right now, you can have a Thieves with a white label, and you can have a Thieves that doesn't have a white label. Like, for example, one of these that I have by my bed, different label, same thing. Okay, same thing. So don't get it twisted. Don't get all confused. I ingest this one too, even though this is the only one that's been approved to do so. All right, so just wanted to get that little disclaimer out the way. All right, so let's start, since this is already in my hand, with Digize. I know it's going to be a little bit backwards for all of you at home, but Digize is one that I never diffuse. I don't think it smells good, even though some people do. I wish you could smell it. Anyway, it has almost like a black licorice type of flavor to it, but this is not necessarily intended for diffusion, or is that even a word? I don't know. For diffusing sounds better. This I use whenever there is a digestion issue going on in my house. So Digize, think digestion. This is for digestive support, meaning if you're nauseous, if you're having bathroom problems, you can't go, you're going too much, or you're throwing up, or whatever it is. Same thing with my kids. This comes in. This is a game changer. This is actually the oil that made my husband a believer. He was having some heartburn, just some of that acid, just not really feeling so good. And I was like, just try the Digize. Come on, just try it. Put 2 drops under your tongue, give it a couple moments, and within minutes, he was like, oh my God, like it's gone, you know? And this happens for anyone that tries it, you know? So you, like me, if I ever need it, I just put 2 drops under my tongue and I just let its magic happen. If the magic doesn't happen within the first couple of minutes, I'll just take 2 more. Now, my kids, my teens, and my young adult, my 21-year-old that I live with, she doesn't want to put that under her tongue, you know? So you just make a shot. You add a little bit of water. There's a shot glass full, and you add the Digize to it, and you just drink it down. So it just kind of makes it a little bit easier to get down into the system. Other things you can do, you can put it on topically, you know, which I've done for my son who's 5. I rub it on his belly around the area of the navel if he's feeling a little nauseous. And, you know, if there's anything going on with his digestion, that's what I do for him. You can also rub it topically down the esophagus, down the area of concern, all the way to the navel. That's another way. Now, you can just do it straight, like apply it straight to your skin. You can also use a carrier oil, which kind of looks something like this. They sell it at Young Living. You can also just get fractionated coconut oil right from Amazon, and that's just carrier oil. So basically what it's doing, it's carrying the oils across a larger span of your body. So if you want to get a little bit more bang for your buck and not pour like a 50 million drops to really cover the area of the esophagus, then you just would use a carrier oil to help it spread a little bit easier. Doesn't necessarily dilute it, but it does help to spread the oils to where you're trying to get them to go. So again, Digize is no joke, y'all. You really should try it. All right, so next we have Thieves, which I kind of showed you guys before. Thieves has been a game changer in my house. This is what you use for immune support. So if you're feeling sick, you can make this into tea. All you have to do is boil some water, add 1 or 2 drops of Thieves, like literally 1 or 2. You don't need a lot. This stuff is potent. This is no joke. Young Living oil is nothing like you're going to get at CVS or Target or whatever. You can't even compare. So 1 or 2 drops is plenty. It actually has like a nice cinnamony flavor to it. It actually smells very much like fall. Like I really like the way this smells to diffuse to get into the goodness that way as well. You can also add a little bit of lemon or honey if you're making a thieves tea. But what I do with this, I mean, I do make thieves tea if I'm literally sick, but what I do with this is really use it as a way to not get sick. So what I do is I have a roller. Don't tell me I can't find. Well, sorry about that. I could have planned for this a little bit better. Excuse me. So Young Living gives you one of these little rollers. Like this is just a random oil. This is Deep Relief that doesn't come in the kit, but you can see I have a roller on this. So for example, if I was going to rub it on my shoulder, I would just rub it this way and it applies very nicely and then I can rub it in. So the same thing is what I do for thieves. I have the roller on my one that I use for our feet and I just rub it on the bottoms of my feet. Now, if you're interested, I can get you guys a foot reflexology chart because every organ system of your body, there's a part of your foot that's associated with it. So when you apply oils to your feet, not only is the glands on your feet very absorbent, the most absorbent of all of the skin, but it also, it's just, you know, you can target the area of your concern. So for example, if thieves is something I'm using because we're kind of feeling sick and there's sniffles and all types of things in my house, I would rub it specifically underneath the toes, like that little ridge that you have on the underneath the toes of your foot, and that is specific to your sinuses. But don't even get all in your head about all that. You can just apply it to your feet any old way or anywhere on the foot, and it's going to do its thing. There was actually a study that showed when people had oils applied to their feet, within 20 minutes, that same oil can be detected at the tip of their hair, which means that it goes through the whole body system, right? It's no joke. I love putting oils on my feet for a variety of reasons. But thieves is really for immune support. So there is a story behind why Young Living has trademarked this oil of thieves, and they have a whole thieves line. Thieves is one of their biggest products, actually. But back in 14th, 15th century France, people were dying left and right of plagues and all types of illnesses. So there were this group of men who were thieves. They were robbing people. They were specifically robbing the sick and dying bodies. So they were really approaching these very sick or possibly even dead people to steal anything that they could on them that was of some value. But so that they would not get sick, and no one really knows for sure how they knew the recipe of what to put on, but they were putting all these herbs on themselves. That is essentially what we call thieves now. And that was protecting them so that they didn't get sick or they didn't get very ill and eventually die themselves. So that's how we got the idea of thieves. Love thieves. It's on my order every single month because we all use it that much. All right, so next we have lemon, which is beautifully scented. I mean, it's just so invigorating. I wish you can smell it. It smells amazing. It's just kind of one of those oils that just gives you that instant pep when you're feeling a little lethargic. So it's something that you can diffuse for that purpose in the morning. If you have work to do and you need some, help to stay really awake, I would definitely go with lemon. You can add it to your water. It's actually an appetite suppressant to have water in your, to have lemon in your water. And as a yoga teacher, we talk about having lemon water as like part of your daily routine. It's really good for cleansing and detoxifying your whole internal system. It helps people go to the bathroom more regularly. But why I like the essential oil more than just like squeezing a fresh lemon is that essential oil lemon is made from the rind of the fruit. So basically the skin of the fruit. So it doesn't have all the acids that, squeezing that pulpy, that squeezing of a lemon that you get, which is really not good for your teeth enamel, right? So I'm trying to protect these babies. So I prefer this for that purpose. And it's just less acidic overall. So using this is going to make you use less of this digest because I don't get that acid type of reflux at all with lemon essential oil. You can cook with it. Anytime you would see lemon on a recipe, like lemon chicken or whatever, lemon in your salad dressings, you can substitute it with this. Again, very potent. One drop is going to go far. You do not need a lot of this oil, but lemon is amazing. Lemon is also really good for skincare. Mind you, it is photosensitive, so you wouldn't want to put lemon on your face and then go sit out in the sun all day or have a beach day with that on your face. You would definitely be more prone to sunburn, but it's really nice for your nighttime routine. And you can do spot treatments if you have acne scarring or age spots or sunspots. It will help kind of clear the skin and get rid of any imperfections that way. You can also, because I do have very sensitive skin, so anytime I apply oil to my face in particular, I just mix it in with my moisturizer. So whatever moisturizer I use, which I use the Boswellia Young Living Moisturizer because it's packed with frankincense and all types of good things for anti-aging. But I put a little bit in my palm, I'll put the moisturizer in there, and I'll put 1 or 2 drops of whatever oil it is. And there's a variety that I use. Lemon, for example, since we're talking about that, I would put a drop of lemon in there, and I would just massage it into my face that way if I wanted to use, you know, the purpose of that for my skin. And it's pretty amazing. I love it. There's several oils that are great for skin that I'm going to go through. All right, next we have peppermint, which is also one of those oils that just like, whoo, it's like smelling this baby is like, you just can't go wrong. It smells so good. So peppermint, not only does it smell super invigorating, has a nice wintry fresh scent. You can also cook with it. So think of peppermint brownies. I teach hot yoga, so sometimes I'll add a little peppermint oil to my ice water, and it's just very cooling and refreshing. But again, a drop. Like if I could do half a drop of peppermint, I would. A drop is all you need. One time I put way too much in, and it just felt like frozen candy canes down my throat every time I took a sip. All that to say, I learned my lesson, and you don't need a lot. Sometimes if I'm out and about and I feel like I need like gum or my breath doesn't feel so fresh, I just put a drop of peppermint oil on my hand and I just rub it on my teeth and in my gums. And it's better than an Altoid, 100% better. Also really, really effective for head tension, AKA headaches, you know? So if I have a headache and instead of going into my old routines of just like reaching for my Advil or reaching for that Tylenol or whatever it used to be, I just put a little oil in my hand, peppermint oil, and I rub it behind my ears. You can also rub it at the base of the neck. So the occipital lobe, where that part you can feel like where your neck kind of connects to your skull. So right over there is good. Some people also put it right here at the temples, which you can totally do. It's amazing to do it there as well, but you just want to be careful that it's far enough in, right? Because if you put some peppermint oil like right here, it's not going to kill you, but your eyes will water because it's very strong. It's very potent. So you just don't want it to get too close to your eyes. So that's why I usually do it kind of far back or just behind the ears. I just kind of don't even have to worry about it bothering my eyes in any type of way. All right. So those are some of the vitality oils. Next, we have Raven. Raven is like a eucalyptus blend. So this is one that I definitely will diffuse. And at this point, I have a diffuser in every room of my house, all the bedrooms, the living room, everything, the basement. I diffuse this when people are not feeling good. So this is good for respiratory support. So because it has that eucalyptusy blend, it's just amazing. It just opens up your airways. Like there was one time I was doing a presentation and something was in my throat. I just kept coughing. And it was really just annoying as I don't know what. So I would just smell Raven intermittently every couple minutes. I would just take a whiff because that's really all I could do in the circumstance I was in. I didn't have a diffuser available or anything like that, but it helped. It helped me so much. So having said that, diffusing this when you don't feel good. Now, the essential oil kit does come with the diffuser, which is amazing. I love the diffuser because it's made of hospital grade plastic. You can get diffusers almost anywhere now. And trust me, I see some really cute ones and like TJ Maxx and whatnot, but these oils are going to eventually eat away at the plastic, you know? So I only go with Young Living diffusers at this point. So diffusing this, not only does it get the eucalyptus in the air, which allows you, particularly for bedtime, to sleep better because it's opening up your nasal passageways, but it also is bringing like a cool mist because the diffuser kind of gives a nice cool mist. You know, the way the mist comes out is nice and cool. So it's really nice to, you know, humidify the room in that way or vaporize the room. Other things I do with Raven, if I'm feeling sick or there's something respiratory going on, I rub it on my chest, rub it on my throat. I do use a carrier oil with this just to make it spread, almost like make it like a massage, you know, like a Vicks rub would be. Like you can just use Raven. And these are all plant-based products. There's nothing, no fillers. I mean, the standards that Young Living has is by far the best. And trust me, I've done my research before I really committed to anything. I really wanted to make sure that this was the best option that there is. And I 100% feel that they are the best. They've been around for 25 years. So they really have been the pioneers. The goal of Young Living is to get oils into every single home in the world. And they're really working vigorously to make that a reality. So Raven, amazing. Rub it on the chest. You can also rub it on your feet. So this is one that I use when we're not feeling at the wellness line or we're getting below the wellness line. Whereas my difference here with my thieves is that I use this on a daily basis to boost my immune system. So this is like my prevention. And let me tell you, my son, he's going to be in kindergarten, but these years of preschool, I mean, before Young Living came into my life and the consistent use of these oils, my son couldn't go a week and a half without being sick and having to go to the doctor, and he would get all these respiratory infections and croup and all these things. And the past like 2 years that we've been using Young Living oils consistently, I mean, the boy has like perfect attendance last year, because he just wasn't sick. It's amazing. I love it. Can't rave about it enough. All right. So then we have frankincense, right? So if you have ever read the Bible, they mention frankincense and oils and anointing, hundreds of times. I think I read somewhere that they mention oils in some capacity or another between the Old and New Testament over 300 times, because oils way back in the day were what people used to heal themselves, right? If you were lucky, you got some frankincense to be anointed with, to heal yourself with, to overcome whatever it is that you needed to overcome, on a physical sense or even a spiritual sense, because this is a very grounding and spiritual oil as well. So we're very fortunate that we get to have frankincense in this day and age. And a lot of times when I talk to my friends and they're like, oh, you're so like new age with your oils and your yoga and all that. But what I think and what I believe to be true is that this is old school. Like they were using oils like frankincense and all types of these, rosemary and thyme and all these things. Like that is what people use. Like God put everything that we need on this planet to heal us. Everything to everything that we need to be healthy and happy is already here. And somehow or another, we've gotten away from that. But I feel like things are all starting to circle around. So it's absolutely not new age. In fact, it's old school. That's what I tell people when they try to pull that your new age crap at me, right? So frankincense, also a great oil for meditation practice. So you can rub it on your big toe, because your big toe is associated with your brain and the way you think. So if you want to feel grounded, if you want to feel spiritual, if you want to feel like you're in a more meditative state, then absolutely frankincense would be the jam for you. And I like to diffuse it. I mean, it smells kind of like church, I'm not going to lie. But it is, in certain circumstances, I do crave that type of a scent. And that's what I use. Oh, like I mentioned before, frankincense, very good for your skin. Different than lemon, because lemon is good for more like a spot treatment or more like clarifying the skin. What this is good for is anti-aging, right? And as much yoga as I do, I'm not one to grow old so gracefully, right? So I put my frankincense in my skincare routine. And in fact, if you really look into it, there's quite a few very high-end skincare lines that also use frankincense as part of their products. But absolutely, Young Living has all of that available. But like I mentioned before, if you just don't even want to do that just yet, because you will, if you don't want to do that just yet, you put a little moisturizer, whatever you're currently using, in your hand, add a drop or two of frankincense, rub it in, and spread, right? Works wonders. Anti-aging to a whole nother level. All right, so lavender. I find that when I educate people about essential oils, lavender is one that most people are pretty familiar with, right? It's very calming, very relaxing. It makes you want to sleep. It's just good for when you're in chill out mode. So that's exactly what I use it for. So I diffuse it in my room, in my son's room, as well as a few other oils that I use for him to help him sleep, because he, it took years before he could sleep a whole night. And this has been very supportive for us. You can also put a couple drops on your pillow, and that's a way to just kind of breathe it in as you're sleeping and just feel really relaxed. So, we all have times where we just feel very amped up, or we can't relax, or we have too much on our minds, and, life happens, so lavender is just something that helps. It helps you kind of decompress a little bit. So diffuse it, put it on your pillow, rub it on your feet, whatever it takes. Lavender is no joke. All right, so next we have Citrus Fresh, which is a blend of citrus oils, also infused with spearmint. So I never would have thought in a million years that citrus and mint would necessarily be a good combination, but it is the bomb. I love it. So Citrus Fresh is one that I diffuse if I'm having company over, if I'm like in clean house mode and I want my house to smell like super fresh and clean. Citrus Fresh is the one you're going to go to. Also really good to kind of purify the air if you have company over and there's perhaps a cigarette smoker, or they're just coming in with some scent with them that you just want to kind of overcome. This will be the one. It's also really helped me cooking fish or something like that, where the house just is just ugh. Citrus Fresh is amazing for that. So that's my main purpose for me busting out my Citrus Fresh. All right, so next we have Panaway. So think of pain away when you see Panaway, because Panaway is kind of like your all natural plant-based Bengay, because it does have that little bit of that icy hot feel to it when it's applied to the skin. So again, the one that I use, right now I'm showing you my oils that I use mostly for my presentations, but the one that I use personally on myself, I do have one of these rollers on. So for example, if I'm having some body pains or a tough workout or even menstrual cramps, you can rub it right on your belly. I rub it right on the area of concern. And it really helps to just relax the muscles. And it's amazing. Some people even apply it before the workout because the scent really does kind of open up the airways as well. It has like some wintergreeny scent to it. So it really helps you just breathe a little bit fuller. And we all know that breath is really important, especially during exercise. But I love this. This has also been useful for joint pain. If you frankincense also good for that purpose. You can apply it to the area of concern, and just Google frankincense on your own. Just Google the health benefits of frankincense and your mind is going to get blown, right? I can only say so much. I can't say that it cures or does any of these things. It does help to support, but you can Google and do your own research. Do it. All right, Panaway, pain away, love it. All right, so these next three are considered more emotional oils. So I'll start with Stress Away. So not too hard to figure out what this one's for. The name says it all. When you want stress to kind of go away, this is one that you can apply. You can diffuse. I wear it topically sometimes Stress Away. These next three oils are actually kind of like my perfumes at this point. They just smell so good. The thing that's unique about Stress Away is that it has a little bit of a vanilla overtone. So if you like that like sweeter type scent, really awesome. You can add it to a diffuser bracelet. I mean, there's so many cute things you can get on Etsy where you can actually wear jewelry that, has like those black lava stones. You can apply the oil right to it and it kind of diffuses all day long. Believe it or not, you can actually make your head a diffuser. So for example, you just put like one drop, boop, that was a couple drops, and you just rub it into the skull. Right? And your head is going to diffuse all day long. How cool is that? So that's a good way to also just smell the oils as the day's going on. All right, next we have Valor. Oh my God, I smell so good right now. Next we have Valor. So Valor is like your liquid confidence, right? So if you have something that you really have to handle or deal with, or you're making a presentation. We have this yoga teacher at our studio that was getting ready to teach her first class and she was bugging out a little bit. So she like valored up, Valor is going to give you that confidence. It's very grounding at the same time. Cause like to be confident and to be ready to just kind of, do your thing, there is this element that you got to be grounded for that too. So it's very grounding. So grounding that when I add this to my feet at night, this is one of those oils that I also kind of use in conjunction with my lavender. I might diffuse my lavender and I put this Valor on my feet. When I tell you, I feel like there's a weighted blanket on me. I'm not even joking. Like it's that like it has that type of effect on me. Love it. And it just smells so good. Again, it's like perfume to me. And after like using these oils and just shying away from artificial fragrances, it's almost like perfumes that I used to love. They bother me now. It's not like, I don't know, things just start to change once you start to detox away from artificial, scents and artificial products. You really can see the difference. Next, we have Peace and Calming. So Valor and Peace of Calming, you guys are lucky if you didn't get your kits yet, because these are two new ones that they added recently, just in the last couple months, because they weren't part of the starter kit originally. And it has been such a bonus to really get these as a starter kit. Now this one, Peace and Calming, to me is not as sweet as say like Stress Away. It actually has like a little bit of patchouli in it, which I love. I love, love, love Peace and Calming. And it does just that. You know, anytime there's feelings of angst, anytime there's feeling of worry, I mean, this is just a layer of something that you can do to make things a little bit better for yourself. Like life doesn't have to be so easy. Sometimes we just have to know the tools that are really designed and available to help us, you know? So I love that about the use of my oils. So as I mentioned before, Thieves, there's a ton of Thieves products. There's toothpaste, there's mouthwash, there's Thieves lozenges and throat lozenges. There's so many things that Thieves, has kind of branched out to. And one of the favorite things is this household cleaner. So basically, it's a concentrate. So you would just mix it with water. So I usually just order, some glass or plastic. It doesn't really matter in terms of the Thieves because it's a concentrate. And I just add, my Thieves to the water, and that's it. And it cleans everything. When I say everything, it cleans the floors. It cleans the countertops. It cleans the bathrooms. It cleans the toilets. It cleans the glass, the mirrors. You don't even need a separate product for glass anymore. This is all you need. Now it has some instructions on the back. If you're doing some heavy degreasing, you'll need a little bit more of Thieves versus if you're just kind of doing, your general day-to-day maintenance type cleaning. But this one container here can get you at least 2 bottles full of product, 2 like 8 to 12 ounces, whatever. This is going to go a long way. This is going to go a long way because when I order just my monthly orders, because I use only this product for our yoga studios, the only product I use in my home. So when I order it in a bottle. So it's like, I don't know how many ounces it is, but all you need is a capful. So when I tell you a capful, like a capful of Thieves mixed with water, and that's all you need. So it's incredibly concentrated. It smells good. You're going to love the way your house smells when you clean. You're going to love the way your house feels when it's clean. You're going to love knowing that there's no chemicals at all in this. So God forbid, if your kid, happens to, if your kid happens to like, God forbid, down some Thieves from underneath the kitchen sink, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay because this is all plant-based products and it works. So if you follow me on Instagram, I do this chicken test where I actually rub raw chicken on a cutting board, and I have these like testers that really is a test for like, if you're doing like a restaurant, if you were like, what's the word I'm looking for? If you were like assessing, if you work for like the state and you're assessing if restaurants were up to par in terms of cleanliness, you would probably have this similar swab where you're just kind of wiping surfaces, making sure there's no, protein, which basically is what is dangerous when protein residue is left on surfaces, because that's how you get salmonella and all those types of things. So this is what basically tests for the salmonella. So obviously rubbing raw chicken, you're going to see that it's right away, it's contaminated. And then I have it all on video. I clean it just with Thieves, like literally just with Thieves. And then I retest the surface immediately. And then you see for yourself that there's no more contamination. So that is mind blowing. So you definitely need to follow me on Instagram at Lisa Lis 411. So that's LISA LIS 411, all one word. And you can take a look at all my Instagram stories and you can see that for yourself. All right, so I also have these 2 things for you. This also comes in the premium starter kit. This is Ninja Red. So this is basically a wolfberry / goji berry, just like kind of like all natural antioxidant energy drink. So I forget what the statistic is, but there's so much antioxidant in this. It's like the equivalent of eating like 300 blueberries, right? Antioxidants are very important. You can Google that too, why antioxidants are important. So 1 of these a day, this is already dosed out for you. I like it in the refrigerator, so definitely pop yours in the fridge. 1 of these a day is going to give you multitude of antioxidants. It also gives energy too. So sometimes I'll just take one of these with me, or, that 4 o'clock, that midday crash that like a lot of us get where we feel like we need to hit that Starbucks up or whatever. This does the job. It gives you some natural energy. So basically, there's this province in China called the Ningxia. I actually mispronounce it most of the time. I say ninja, but it's actually Ningxia. This Ningxia province where these wolfberries are growing, rapidly. People are growing them in their backyards. They're just vibrantly everywhere. It's just the perfect climate for wolfberries to grow. So all that to say, this one particular province in China where everyone's eating wolfberries like with every meal practically, they have a likelihood of living past 100 that's like far surpasses any other province in the whole China, right? Just because of their access to wolfberries. Now, they also sell this in bottle form, like it almost looks like a wine bottle, and you could just dose it out yourself. So that's totally an option you can do. You get a little bit more for your money if you do it that way. But I like the convenience of just popping them in my bag or just grabbing one on the go. So I do opt for these. So other things that come in the starter kit. So Young Living has this motto of if you love it, then share it. So they give you these little bottles, right? So you can see that, for example, if someone that I know, my mom, my friend, my neighbor, whoever, oh my God, I'm so sick, or so-and-so so sick, they can't stop coughing, I can think, boom, 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 I have something for you. I'm going to share with you some of my Raven, or, oh, my son's sick all the time. Oh, here, why don't you try putting some thieves on his feet? So they make it very simple for you to spread the awareness, to spread the word that there are other ways of doing things. We don't have to always be consumed with pharmaceutical type products, right? So all that to say, the kit is the perfect way to get started with Young Living, and you get all of this plus a diffuser. And I'm kicking myself right now because I'm not 100% prepared for y'all because I don't have my diffuser right next to me to show you, but it's beautiful. It's called Desert Mist. It runs for about 8 to 12 hours. It can change different colors, like all different colors. Like when, I'm from Philly, so when the Eagles were playing, obviously we had it green. And, there's one that looks like a candle flicker, which I think is beautiful. It's very calming. It makes a nice ambiance in the room, especially when the lights are off. So it comes with a diffuser, it comes with all 12 oils, it comes with the samples, it comes with a wholesale membership, which means that anything that you buy in the future from Young Living, and again, there's no commitment to ever do that, but if you fall in love with the products like I have and like that thousands and thousands of other people have, you always get it for 24% off. So you always get it at the wholesale price. You get all of this plus education. I become part of your educational team, and we have this Facebook group. There's things on Instagram that we do as well, where it's just a community to learn. Because what I would never want to happen is you get this kit in your house and you're like, I don't really know what to do with these oils. And maybe you diffuse a few here and there, but you're not really getting the ultimate use of them, and you're not really creating a lifestyle out of it. That is what I don't want to happen. So we have this community of education that is off the charts. I mean, everyone is so knowledgeable. Everyone is so willing to help you to grow in your knowledge of essential oils, to grow in leaps and bounds in a variety of different ways. So that alone is priceless, right? You can be up in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. and be like, I want to know what I can do with this oil or whatever your question is. And you go on the Facebook group and you ask, and people are going to help you. They're going to help you from their experience. They're going to help you any way that they can. So the group is amazing. So all of that, the education groups, the oils, the diffuser, the wholesale membership. So it's kind of like Costco. It's just $165 for over $400 worth of product. So if you went online to Young Living and you bought frankincense on its own, frankincense is a rare oil. It's tapped from resin. Like, it is a process for frankincense. It's about $70 on its own to get a 15 milliliter bottle. So getting all of this for just $165 is just, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. It's highly discounted when you get started with the premium starter kit. So like I mentioned before, there's no obligation to buy anything else, but they definitely do have some great monthly auto ship options. It's called Essential Rewards. I do it every month because I order things every month. Again, it's what I use in my house. It's what we use as our toothpaste. It's what we use as detergent. It's what we use to keep our immune systems right. I drink the Ninja. We clean the studios with Thieves products. So it makes sense for me, obviously, to do the monthly auto ship because you get all these points back. You get up to 25% back in points per dollar. So example, just keep it simple. I'm at the 20% mark right now. The longer you're on Essential Rewards, the more points you get credit for. So if I spend $100, I get $20 back in points. So it's kind of like Young Living money, right? And then there's all these monthly promos where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get all these free products. So they really, that's been one of the ways that I've really learned so much and like explored so many other products and oils and things of that nature that I normally wouldn't have purchased myself. But when you get them free, it's like, oh, okay, I'll use this joy oil, or I'll, you know, use this, highest potential, or whatever it is. There's so many oils for so many different purposes, but it's a great way to expand your understanding and your knowledge of the oil. So it works out perfectly for me. And I love the points. You also get reduced shipping with Essential Rewards. But again, a lot of times people jump right in and they're like, I'm doing it. I'm making this commitment, because that's how it was for me. I've been teaching yoga for about 14 years, always conscious of the food and the things that I'm consuming and all of these things. But I feel like there definitely was a disconnect for me. There was a disconnect in the products I was using and the things that I was just, rubbing on my skin, ingesting into my body to make myself feel better. That really only served to mask the issue. That doesn't really put the body into balance. And that's what essential oils do. So I love that. And this was the piece that Young Living made it very easy to put the pieces together to just have an overall wellness factor into my day-to-day life. So I love it. I am going to post my link underneath here on YouTube. And if you have any questions, I would love to help you get started. It's just, I don't know, I can't rave about it enough. I really hope that you join my oily family. It'd be really cool, but feel free to reach out. I'm on all the social medias. So again, Instagram, Lisa Lis 411. That's Lisa Lis 411, all one word. On Facebook, I am Yogini Dana, and I'm going to put all this underneath the video for you to view as well. I also have a business page on Facebook, and that's just Lisa Dana Mitchell. I have yoga studio page as well. I don't need to get into all that, but those will be the easiest ways for you to get back, to get in touch with me. And I really hope that you do. And I really hope that you found this information useful. Maybe you're not a member yet. Maybe you already have your kit, but you just needed that little bit of a refresher to make the most use of it. So I really hope that this video helps you all. All right. I love you and I want the best for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace. See ya.